This video is about the nightmare that I had.
I hope you find serenity. I hope you find serenity.
Greetings, y'all. Daja here, back with another Dreaming with Daja. Y'all, I just freshly woke up. I had a lot of dreams last night. But this video is about the nightmare that I had. So, oh, and by the way, I cut my finger the other day on a mango. So if you notice this, that's why. So, some of you may know what sleep paralysis is. If you don't know, sleep paralysis is when you have the experience of, it appears that you are awake, but you can't move and you can't make any noise. Like you will try to speak, but you're not able to. You'll try to scream, but you're not able to. Maybe a tiny bit of sound will come out, but you're just not able to. And a lot of times it feels like there's a literal demon on you or something, and it's usually a really scary experience. So I have experienced sleep paralysis a lot. Honestly, this year I've experienced it maybe 3 or 4 times. And throughout my life, I've been experiencing it since I was a child. And I don't fully understand it. I was doing a little research on my phone, but I need to look more into it. I'm actually going to look up some videos on YouTube so I can learn more about it, because I'm like, what is going on? But anyways, so last night, really early this morning, I felt like I was awake and I was laying in bed, and I typically sleep on my back. So that's my go-to every night when I go to fall asleep. I lay right on my back, and usually I wake up still on my back. But I had my hands kind of like this, and I felt people grabbing. Well, it was like I felt a hand grabbing each wrist, but they felt like they weren't even connected to each other. It felt like 2 different entities, and they were holding my wrists like this really, really hard. Like, and I was pulling and trying to get them to let me go, and they wouldn't let me go. Like, they were holding with all their might. Like, I never felt anything like that. And I was starting to get scared, and I was like, let me go. Well, I couldn't say anything, but that's how I was thinking. I was like, let me go, please let me go. And I was just like, I was very present because it felt so real. I also knew that it was like, I was aware that I was experiencing sleep paralysis since I couldn't speak. But I never experienced the sleep paralysis where, like, I felt the feeling of I can't move, but I've never felt like something like that where someone was holding my wrists. It was so real, y'all, and it felt like a very thick, strong, 2 strong hands, like human hands. They felt like, manly hands, like thick, strong, bigger than mine. And I have pretty big hands, as you can see. But yeah, they were really holding me. And so I appeared to have woken up, and I was trying to get away from these hands. I was pulling as hard as I could. I wanted my dog to come because I thought, she'll bark, she'll scare them away. So I was trying to say, Angel, Angel. And, yeah, so I actually used to date a Rasta man. This relationship ended a couple years ago, but when I experienced sleep paralysis when I was dating him, he had told me to say Rastafari to let the demons go. And the thing is, I love Rastafari. I don't consider myself a Rasta woman because there are some things I don't resonate with, but overall, it's a beautiful way of life, and I love it. And I love reggae music and all that, so I have no problem saying Rastafari, like, with love and respect. So because he had taught me that back then, it had worked for me. I had sleep paralysis after he told me that, and I would say Rastafari, and then I would feel like they let me go. So I said that, and I finally was able to get loose of the hands, and I rolled over onto the floor, and I was on the floor, but I still couldn't speak. I was still trying to, I can't remember what I was trying to say. I was trying to say something, but it was like my mouth was like I was partially opening my mouth, but I couldn't open it all the way. And again, I thought that this was happening. This part wasn't even really happening because when I fully woke up, I was still in the bed, but I felt myself fall to the floor, like roll over onto the floor. and be leaning up against my bed and be like trying to speak. And then Angel walked over and was sitting in front of me. Like she was trying to see what, like, you know, whenever I get out of bed, she comes over. And I was looking at her and I was trying to say, Angel, like, Angel, help. Like trying to get my dog to help me. Because I was like, if she comes, like, they're going to leave or whatever. And then I leaned over, like I have a little, I don't know what to call it, a little piece of furniture next to my bed. It's got like 3 levels and I put stuff on it, like a little table. And so I have this little battery. I'm actually using it to prop up my phone. And it kind of looks like my phone. In reality, this battery was here on this table, not back there by my bed. But in this sleep paralysis dream, I was trying to find my phone. Because I felt like if I shined a light, that this demon or demons would go away. So I reached for my phone, and right where it was sitting, I held it up, and it was this battery, and it had some like light on it, some numbers. I can't even remember what they were, but it, you know, it's a battery. Sometimes has numbers on it. And I was looking at it, I was like, this isn't my phone. And then I put it down, and then I looked and I found my phone, and then I picked it up, and I was trying to turn it on to turn on the flashlight, but then it showed like my phone screen was black. And I was like, oh, but it did have, so when I'm filming, there's this little green light right at the top by my front camera. I did see that. I saw like a black screen and this little green light, but it wouldn't turn on. And so I couldn't put on my flashlight. And okay, now I actually don't remember what happened next. I don't even remember what else happened, y'all. I just remember then, I kept trying to speak. I kept trying to say like, Rastafari, God help me. Like get away from me. Whatever I was doing, I kept trying to say that over and over again. I was like literally screaming. I was like, ah, ah, but I wasn't letting out sound, but I was trying. Like that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to be like, ah, like, and rip through all that dense energy of not being able to say anything. I was trying to like rip through it, like with screaming. And eventually I finally woke up, like officially, and I was laying on my back again. I was in my bed and I was just like, ugh, and I like made a very small sound, but in my mind I'm like screaming. And then when I realized I was finally really awake and I wasn't even on the floor, because all that felt very real. I thought I really had gotten on the floor. I thought Angel was there. I thought my phone really did die for some reason. I was like, what is going on? So then when I officially woke up and I was back laying on my back, I was like, oh my God, what is happening? And then I like turned to my side, because I also saw in research that it always happens like when you're sleeping on your back, which is so interesting. But I was feeling my wrist, and I literally felt like someone had been holding my wrists. And I was very disturbed, but I was also so tired. So I didn't even like get up out of bed. I was just like, pardon me. I didn't even get up out of bed. I was just like, I rebuke these demons. I rebuke these devils. I am safe. And yeah, I don't even know what else I was thinking, but I was just thinking about that. I grabbed my phone. I saw that my phone wasn't dead. And then I looked up sleep paralysis a little bit and was looking at that. And it was talking about REM sleep and how when you're kind of like in that in-between place, that's when this happens. So when you're in between waking up and sleeping. And I was like, I don't know about that. I understand that that's true. That is when it happens. But I think when we're in that in-between state, we're just more susceptible to spirits. And I think spirits really be fucking with us. I really do. I felt like they were messing with me. And I don't understand it. I don't understand why it happened. I was terrified. But I did my little prayer. I went back to sleep, and I actually slept great after that. And this was not that early in the morning. This had to be at like 2 a.m. or something when this happened. I did end up looking at my phone too, but I don't remember looking at the time. But I just know because my cat wakes me up at like 4:30 that I slept for a few hours again before my cat woke me up. So I went back to sleep. I had more dreams, hella dreams. I'm not even going to talk about them because this video is about the sleep paralysis, but I had hella other interesting dreams, good vibration dreams, you know, not anything scary. And like I was picking oranges off a tree with my mom and stuff like that. Like it was just, I had other dreams and I slept good and I woke up feeling fine as well. But yeah, I got to stay protected. We got to stay protected. And it was very, very terrifying. I feel fine today, but I was shook. So I really want to know what y'all know about sleep paralysis and any advice you might have. This is not the first time I've experienced it. I experienced it a few months ago. And I don't even think I made an episode about this on Dreaming with Daja, but it's a really important dream. So I'm going to actually tell y'all right now. So before, where I'm sitting, this couch used to be on that over there. And I don't remember why I was laying on the couch rather than in my bed. One second, let me blow my nose. All right, so this was several months ago. For some reason, I was in the living room, and I think I was just chilling in the living room, and I ended up just kind of laying down on this couch, and it's like I was sleeping, but I'm like, did I have a guest? No, there was no one in the house. There was no one in the house. But I was laying on the couch for some reason rather than in my bed, and I really didn't feel like I was all the way asleep. I was just kind of laying down, like, you know, doing my Pisces thing, daydreaming, disassociating with this life and going into the spirit realm, I guess. And I was laying down, and I felt this kind of eerie, it was dark, it was kind of eerie energy, and I was laying down and I guess kind of falling asleep. And then I saw this black shadow jump over the bed. Over the couch, over me. And it seemed like it jumped kind of like a cat would, but it went even higher in the air than a cat could. And once it jumped through me, and then it jumped out of the window. And then I realized, like, I was trying to get up to be like, what was that? And then I realized I couldn't move. And then I realized I couldn't speak. And with that case, I really feel like I think that I heard something too, but I should have made a video about it when it happened because I just don't remember anymore. But that was the last time I remember having a sleep paralysis that really caught my attention, because I saw a whole being jump, and the way it jumped over my body felt, I don't know, it felt so intentional, the way that it went right over me. And it was like a figure of black, like, it was kind of shaped like a cat, but it was also kind of shaped like a fox or something. So I really felt like I saw a spirit. I was like, I just saw that. That was real. Like, I'm not dreaming right now. That was real that I just saw that. So yeah, y'all. Hope I ain't scaring y'all. But if I am, whatever. I want to hear y'all's sleep paralysis experiences. Please let me know in the comments. Please let me know if you know any more about them. Drop a link, something I can read about it, because I'm so curious right now. But yeah, we're going to be all right. Stay protected, stay prayed up, keep a crystal in your pocket. And thank you for listening. Peace.
I hope you find some